Sure, some people call it a gimmick. Hell, they had every right to. I've been in this town a long time. A little town people call Plutonia. Plutonia is a pretty standard hellhole, goaded by a pair of masochistic modders who didn't know when to quit. Or when to use colors other than green and brown. Plutonia was a nightmare and I was having a hard time waking up. But it was worse than that, because every day in this city is the same damn thing. Hey look, chain gunners. Hey look, revenants. That's all there was. Chain gunners, revenants. Maybe every now and then you get blasted by a shotgunner. I had a job to do, and that job was to make people laugh. And if the only way I could think of to do that was some kind of overwrought film noir parody, then that's exactly what I was gonna do. I asked my buddy with the red text, hey, what do they call this place? And he told me. He said they called it Tombstone. Name's Coleman. You might say I'm something of a private eye. Because my name is I. In one of those things it seemed like it made sense at the time, I had agreed to play every single Doom game armed only with my fists and my trusty pistol. Plus some ancillary rules that I put down in the description because it took too long to read all of them. It was another day in hell. A couple of shotgunners that I knew would inspire some hilarious comments. Pain elemental or two, and of course revenants. These ugly spooks had legs that went all the way down to the bone, but I couldn't let them keep me from my goal. Suddenly, this big ugly lump of grilled chicken is on top of me, trying to bite my face off. Hey man, you could at least buy me dinner first. I put the undercooked sack of crap in his place, but it looked like a few of his buddies had shown up to play as well. Back in those days, I was slamming down cheap potions like they were going out of style. Could you blame me? Health packs had become hard to come by. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I knew killing this pain elemental wasn't gonna help me feel any better. Heck, it might not even help me progress through the level in any meaningful fashion. Finally, there was a break in the case. A blue key. But if I wasn't careful, this case was gonna break me. The room filled with revenants like it was a calcium convention, and I had forgotten my badge. They were gonna have to give me one of those temporary paper badges, and I'd walk around feeling like an idiot all day. Not so different from how things went usually, I suppose. My whole life had become a crappy paper convention badge. At that time, I was a master of one-on-one skeleton fisticuffs. Two-on-one was a different story, though. Okay, maybe I wasn't that good at one-on-one either. Did I even have a plan anymore? Or was I just staggering, grabbing whatever vaguely useful power-ups I could find and trying not to get splattered by the shotgunners? Definitely that second thing. There was no plan whatsoever. Something didn't add up, and it was my health and armor, because 0 plus 0 is still 0. Everywhere I went, it was the same old song and dance. You need a blue key to activate this object. Seemed like I was gonna have to go back to the place I'd been before. Also, a shotgunner had walked out there somehow. Thought I killed all the shotgunners, but somehow there's always more, and that's just great. I'd hoped I'd managed to let the Barons of Hell walk loose for a bit, and maybe I could run in and get the blue key. And in the time it took me to say this narration, I did. There was still one problem left. How to get out of there. Hell Knights and Barons don't infight with each other. Any rookie cop knows that. Ugh. Well, yeah. I'd gotten out. Barely. But which of the 37,000 blue key doors was I supposed to go through? Questions filled my head like an SNL writer fills time. Haphazardly, and with little regard for relevancy. I knew I had to get out of here, but I didn't know what step 2 was gonna be. Found a blue key door and chanced it. Then I had to do it again because I forgot to save. But I had more health this time, so actually it was all part of the plan, and I'm very smart. I found myself in some kind of lava pit. There weren't any metaphors to make here that weren't super gross, so I didn't make any. Wait, no, hang on. The lava looked like Smucker's raspberry preserves. There we go. Anyway, then I left because there didn't seem to be any reason to be there. I ran out to another lava area and hit a switch. It probably did something. I mean, one would assume. I decided to hang back, see if I could let these things infight for a bit. There's nothing a demon loves more than turning on his fellow demon. Guess they wouldn't be scum if they had a sense of loyalty. I found another blue key door. Nope, that was the wrong way. We'll cut that. And there was another shotgunner. Man, these things were like weeds. Weedy. All these revenants had to do to kill me was to take about 4 steps to the left and take the stairs. Revenants are dumb like that. I decided to try running out to the lava area again and seeing this time if I could have some more success. Nope. No, I could not. Was that a wall of chain gunners? Was that the bit is dissolving before my eyes, but I think that was a wall of chain gunners and I'm very upset about it. Wait a minute. The switch. Maybe this blue key switch held all the answers I was looking for. Then again, maybe not. I found myself a mega armor, and then some more health. Lord knows I'd never say no to a drink, even one being served up by a couple of cacodemons. Then I punched a couple specters to death, just to feel something. Was it time to go back to the lava area? Give it another shot? That definitely is a wall of chain gunners. It became pretty clear I wasn't getting through there until I killed every last mug in the place. Looked like it was time for a montage, an old French word meaning bloodbath. I think. I never was much good at French, or basic geometry. I found a way I hadn't gone before. Would there be something helpful there? Nope. This dude was wearing khaki pants. I tried another route. Maybe this was the answer. Nope. Red key. It did give me the chance to put the hurt on a couple of zombies, though. Then I hit a switch. Probably did something. It had indeed. That area with Mr. Khaki Pants suddenly wasn't so useless. And was also absolutely full of revenants. After giving those bony boys a brief thesis on the meaning of the word beatdown, I headed back in there. There it was, the yellow key. The next clue to cracking the biggest case of this episode. I hit the yellow key switch, which, like all these switches, had absolutely no discernible effect. Then I headed over to the yellow key door. There are more revenants, because, like I said, Plutonia is the same. After this, there was a staircase full of ammo, all of which was as useless to me as a DVD copy of Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. I wasn't sure exactly what was in the next room, but I knew there was a chain gunner, so I used him to shoot at all these other things. And also, this revenant beat me to death. Told ya. Looked like my plan had worked, thank heaven for small favors. Once the chain gunners were taken care of, I could pretty easily dodge everything else. One more. But the question still remained. Where was that red key? What did that switch do? And was there a good reason to come in here? Signs pointed to no, so I left that switch unhit for now. Oh, it's not actually the switch, it's just stepping on the platform. Alright, what the hey, hit the switch. Looked like that switch had opened yet more revenants. My haggard, seen it all, done it all detective persona was becoming less of a joke by the second. And now that there was an archvile running loose, I knew time was running out. I decided to take another shot at that chain gunner room. Or rather, several shots. I was hoping to inspire some infighting. It took a few tries, but eventually I managed to take out quite a few of them this way. So I decided to press my luck, as in the classic dice game, Yahtzee. I was low on bullets and short on temper. Worse, I had a hunch the archvile might come out at any second. But I knew I was close to the red key. Or a soul sphere. You know what? As red herrings go, I'll take it. But that didn't answer my question. Where was the red key? Who had hidden it and why? I decided to speak to an old informant. The Doom Wiki. The information turned out to be exactly what I didn't want to hear. I was gonna have to go back to the room that had not one, but 2 archvials. No wonder they'd given me so much ammo. The jigsaw pieces were falling into place, only I didn't like the picture on the puzzle. I really had no idea what to do at this part, but I thought maybe I could lure the archvials out and then run past them. It would mean resurrecting the 245 dead monsters. And sometimes you just gotta make a deal with the devil. Alternately, now that it was all alone and I was in a place that actually had cover, I could just shoot. You know, if you wanted to be lame about it. And I did. Unfortunately, his partner, the other archvile, had brought all the chain gunners back. They took my health faster than, something that takes health fast. And this infighting wasn't gonna do me much good as long as Mr. Wizard was out there resurrecting people. That's strange. No resurrections. Oh, there he is. The next staircase wasn't much better, but I knew I had to get past. There it was, the red key. I took the teleporter and expected the worst, but to my surprise, most of the monsters had been cleared out. It was probably the chain gunner that did it. Maybe he and I weren't so different after all. Except, I was definitely thinner, right? Definitely. I mean, you know, I've put on a few pounds, but you know, who doesn't in their 20s, right? I mean, I have a realistic view of my body, but I think overall, you know, it's basically... Anyway, I'd hit the red switch. All the keys were dealt with. But where did they actually go? Maybe back here? In this room I'd ignored before? Yes, indeed. Well, that was the end of my stay in Tombstone. I didn't know what was next for old Coleman, but I did know this. Plutonia wouldn't stop until I did. And I wasn't gonna give it the satisfaction. Also, there would probably be some revenants and some chain gunners.